I'm Thomas, Believe in the Run.
This is Robbie with Believe in the Run.
And that's the shoe getting dropped. But we're not dropping this one. One of the questions we get on Believe in the Run all the time, especially with this when the shoe comes out, is how it compares to previous versions or other shoes in the lineup. And when we got the Nike Pegasus 37, we got a lot of questions.
We always have questions with the Nike Pegasus, or kind of any Nike.
Yeah, but this year, the Pegasus got a total overhaul.
It was like Extreme Home Makeover Nike Pegasus edition.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, it doesn't look that different.
No.
So they've kept the silhouette and the vibe, but everything else has changed. Even the upper has gone and changed from this engineered mesh to a new engineered mesh.
There's lots of engineering of mesh going on.
There's like a whole crew of engineers just working on mesh.
Let's get this mesh right.
But one of the things I noticed first was we have now lost the fly wire.
Yeah, and that's been around for some time.
Yeah, and the fly wire worked for some people and didn't. If you got complaints about Nikes, a lot of times it had to do with the fly wire. It just didn't work with some people's feet. It cut into the sides. They didn't like the way that it felt restrictive. Nike's taking care of that.
Yeah, so this new lacing system is very actually similar to the Nike Speed Rival, which came out 3 years ago?
A while ago, but yeah, you can see the inspiration for the lacing right there in this shoe.
Yeah, quite similar.
So not a new technology, just a new application and a new shoe.
And I think that's something that Nike does well, is it will take all these components from different shoes. It'll pull something from here and from here and from here and put it into a nice tidy package.
It worked over there, let's do it over here.
Yeah.
And that happens again when you get down to the midsole. So we got rid of the Cushlon, which was a nice midsole material. Didn't have the energy return some of the new ones have. Doesn't have the lightness that some of the new materials have. But you can see here, what did they replace it with, Robbie?
Full react midsole with a Zoom airbag unit in the forefoot.
You can see in the stack height of this shoe that the shoe weighs about the same amount. As a matter of fact, this was 9.9 ounces or 280 grams, so slightly lighter than the 37. But the stack height, if you look at that React stack height, you got a lot more cushion underfoot and a lot more bounce. This has a full-length Zoom Air unit that's very similar and shaped like the plate that's in both the Zoom Fly and the Vaporfly. And it gave a really nice ride, so I was a little skeptical when they moved just the airbag to the front of the Pegasus 37, but what they did is they specially tuned it for men and for women at a different PSI.
Women's is 15, men's is 20. Yeah.
So it basically what that means is just like a tire being inflated, there's more pressure under that foot, so it makes sense. Men are a little heavier, they're coming down a little more force.
Speaking, myself excluded.
Yeah, Robbie excluded. This had a nice roll through. I feel like you can feel the air unit in that just kind of pop you through your stride a little bit better.
You definitely can. I mean, I noticed that, especially when you try to pick up the pace, definitely pops right off the toe. It's pretty nice.
Yeah. The outsole of the Peg 36, nothing special. And as a matter of fact, they've kept a lot of the details so you can see, but added some flex grooves in the 37 to give it more flexibility. And you kind of need it with the extra stack height in the React foam. So that's a nice update. So that's what you're looking at from a difference between the Nike Pegasus 36 and 37.
Sure.
But what about the turbo, Robbie?
Yeah, let's throw that into the mix.
Whip it out. Oh, my toes.
Did that get you on the toe?
I didn't know we were throwing it. Anyway.
You said whip it out. That implies
it does.
Whipping it out.
I thought maybe you'd whip it out and catch it, like, you know. No, whip it out and destroy it.
We'll be practicing that after the show.
Anyway. So this was my favorite daily trainer of last year. I found myself just reaching for it over and over. And you know what? I still don't hate it.
I kind of agree with you. I did find myself reaching for it. I love the upper on this. Didn't love the tongue. The ride itself was not really in my wheelhouse. It was like a touch too soft for me. It just felt like I was always working against it to push out of it. I know you love that about the shoe, and you even said that it is soft, but once you get into those later miles, it's definitely nice to have that.
The more miles that you were in during your run, the more the softness kind of disappeared, and then it just became, it kind of like tuned up. And that's that Zoom X and the React foam combined that did that. Shoe of the year for me for daily training. Was it my overall shoe of the year? It might have been my overall shoe of the year.
I think it was, yeah.
Still love it, but how's it compared to the Peg 37? Like Robbie said, it's a lot softer ride. It doesn't have that pop that you get from the new Pegasus with the Zoom Air in it. People always ask us, well, what about a third version of this shoe? You're not seeing this shoe come back.
Yeah.
There's gonna be an evolution of it, but it's getting a new name and it's gonna be a different shoe. So this is it for the Turbo.
So if someone loves the Turbo, what are they gonna think about the Pegasus 37?
Well, it's a little more firm, I think, in the Peg 37. It's obviously heavier. This one comes in at 8.2 ounces or 233 grams. So when you talk about getting that shoe through your stride a little faster, I mean, that's a big weight difference. Sure. So I'm excited to see what's coming next for this shoe in Nike. But I am kind of tempted to just go ahead and get another pair of these. While this might have been my shoe of the year because I reached for it over and over, this is right now is leading the race to be my daily trainer of the year.
I agree. I mean, I've been taking this out. If I'm not reviewing a shoe, this is definitely my go-to shoe. It is a little bit heavy for me, but all that said, I'm able to still pick up the pace in it if I need to. If I want to transition into some faster mile tempo run, I can.
Yeah, if someone was coming to me and asked me which one I'd recommend, I'd probably go with the Peg 37 just because I think it's a little more versatile, more durable.
Yeah.
It's got, you know, the React foam that's going to last a long time. Like in your Epic Reacts, like you can run in them until the cows come home.
I just
the
wore
cows
this weekend.
come where you live?
Yeah, they come home. You just have to give them like the right bell. If you do the wrong intonation, they just stay out in the field.
Okay. Well, that's good to know.
So
you learned something. Anyway, yeah, so that's how these all line up. The only other shoe I would say that reminds me of this at all is our boy, the Zoom Fly. These share a lot of characteristics. All React midsole. This one has a plate, that one has a zoom. I actually like the Peg 37 better.
Oh, wow.
Than the Zoom Fly. This one just feels bottom heavy to me, where this one just felt a lot more cohesive. It felt like a one unit of a shoe that just kind of flowed through.
Yeah.
So for me, between these two, I would go Peg 37. I do know that there will be a Zoom Fly 4, so we'll see if I still feel strongly that way when that comes out. But right now, I say Peg 37 is definitely in the lead for one of our top daily trainers, if not the top daily trainer of 2020.
For sure. Personally, for me, the negatives in comparison to the Peg Turbo is that this is a little squirrely, I would say. The heel was tough to get a lockdown in. This, I always thought I got a really good lockdown in.
I mean, I think what you're talking about with the squirrel, if you hold up the shoe on the bottom,
and you can see,
you've got a higher stack heel, and it's narrow, so it's gonna be a little wobbly, and I did feel like the heel counters in Nike shoes have not been the ones that have been locking down my heel the best. I do think that the more you run in them, the better the fit gets. It does kind of settle down.
I do agree with that.
And then the heel counter starts working better. And as I've gotten more miles on the 37, I've actually taken out the heel lock lacing trick that I was doing to keep the shoe on tight and just gone with a regular lacing because it's working.
Cool.
So that's it. Go out, get yourself a pair of Peg 37s or any other shoe.
Yeah.
Check out our website if you want more reviews of shoes. But in the meantime, subscribe to us here on YouTube.
Like us on Facebook.
Follow us on Instagram.
And just be general fans of us.
Yeah, be nice.
Spread the word.
Yeah,
We're coming for you.
Hit the like button. All right, that's it for me, Rob.
All right. Cool.
Peace.
Peace.
This one had a full length Air unit inside of it. Full length Zoom. This one had a full length Zoom Air unit in it.
Hold on.
So this has a full length Zoom Air. This has a full length Zoom Air. I'm going to try one more time. This has a full length Air Zoom unit. Zoom Air unit. Yeah.
This is going to be good.
Yeah. This has a full length
Zoom Air unit.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. This has